has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast. It's pain-free Friday. Ferrall's going out minutes on the mahogany, waxing it up. 100, 200, the bad seed, the boogie, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City. The Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion shake-it-up, shadoobie, along with the Tutty and Tater King himself, the founder of the Aisle Seat podcast, the rights holder of the Sheet of Integrity, and the Put It With the Golf guru, Carver High this afternoon, ladies. Mafia is running it along with Luke. I am your father. The rundown is a double shot with Morency from British Columbia this very hour, and then in the second hour, Scott Miller from the New York Times talking baseball, and then in the coup de grace, the final hour, Adam Rank, our friend from NFL Network, as we'll talk about certainly throughout the show today and with Adam about the draft tonight, day 2, rounds 2 and 3. And we were just talking about it before the show started. I'm just going to be straight up here. I am so glad that my team, the Steelers, whether you like it or not, did not draft this Shedeur Sanders guy. And the fact that they spent all night talking about this guy and showing this guy at some party, and the fact that they're still talking about him right now, this very second, that he is the only thing that matters to network and cable television and sports networks, is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. I have never seen a guy get this much publicity that hasn't been drafted yet. I have never in my life seen anything more disgusting than the coverage of this kid who no one has picked. And it's utterly embarrassing is what it is. And I swear to God, I literally thanked the Lord in heaven that they did not draft him last night and they took this Harmon kid from Oregon, this monster defensive tackle, to replace Cam Hayward on their defensive front for the next 10, 12 years, unless they screw him up. He is a savage, this guy. He can do everything. He attacks, runners, quarterbacks, tight ends. He'll destroy you. This guy is a freak. He was the number 2 ranked defensive tackle in the draft, and they got him. And then you hear the story about his mother on life support. He got home just in time to tell her he got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. She died today. I mean, this stuff, you can't make this stuff up. Yet, turn on ESPN right now, and you'll watch a Shedeur Sanders debriefing. I mean, they literally talk about this guy 24 hours a day. And his little speech when he didn't get drafted was another laugher to me. I don't give a rat's ass about him or his dad or Colorado and all their no titles and all, all of it makes me sick to my stomach. I got to tell you, the best thing I saw in that draft last night. So I watched NBA, I watched the Knicks, and I watched Stanley Cup. Okay. But I did turn it on to watch Hunter get drafted because I got to give the kid credit. When he did that dance, he came out and he did that, acted like it didn't matter dance. Like he was like, and then he started smiling and laughing and going up to get, with the commish. And then today when they interviewed him, he's like, I got to go fishing year round. He's like, real simple stuff. But that's what I was happy for. That kid dancing made me happy. Happy for him. Happy in general to see someone that happy and to dance like that. It made my day. That was all I needed to see. I didn't care about anything else.
Yeah, honestly, and happy Friday for you here on Coast to Coast.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot to do here. Very big weekend ahead. But just to piggyback off what you're saying, I thought it was too much over the top with the Sanders stuff. I think it was way out of control. I thought there was so many other things that were bigger last night, including, as you just said, that 34-year-old GM at the Jaguars who just got the job. He's a young kid, and he goes out and he tries to make a big splash right out of the gate, and he moves up and takes Hunter. And then they say today, yeah, we're using him just like Colorado did. He's playing both. He's going to play wide receiver. He's going to play corner. We spent a lot to get him. We want to use him on both sides of the ball. So Jacksonville's already said, we're going to turn this kid into our Otani. He's going to be our guy.
They suck.
Doing both things. They do. And
Duval.
at least, there it is, Duval. So I thought that was big. I mean, the Giants going up and getting Dart, and they got Carter. The Giants ended up, maybe we'll see what happens if Dart's going to be their guy going forward. The Steelers making that play. The Falcons made a bunch of moves. The Bears has always confused everybody, taking some tight end before the kid from the other tight end before the kid from Penn State, who everybody had as being the best tight end on the board. So lots of weird stuff. Forget Sanders. Who cares about Sanders? Enough about Sanders. That's all it is today. It's about him. And I'm gonna tell you, he might be in for a ride tonight too. I know I see all these numbers, all these books are throwing out -300. He's the first pick tonight. I'm not so sure about that. I'm really not. He could. We saw last night. He could be sitting around for a while this evening in the second and third rounds of this draft.
I don't care. I honestly, draft him. Don't draft him. I'm so sick and tired about hearing of this kid. It's like you'd think he was the second coming. Like, honestly, like I said to you yesterday, I said to you for a month, I don't want nothing to do with this hack. I don't think he's that good. I never did. I never will. I'll believe it when I see it. Now, how is it that he didn't get drafted? Is it because he's just so goddamn good and so incredibly talented, so unbelievably savvy and sophisticated and brilliant with his father as his agent and PR rep? No one picked him. No one. Teams that needed quarterbacks went right over him. They just like, we don't want him. Like, why is that? Because he was average, and I have never seen anyone get that much attention that's so average in my life. Never before have I seen it in a draft, ever. The only time I ever saw it, and I'll tell you what, Aaron Rodgers was better at Cal than that kid was at Colorado, and Aaron Rodgers sat around and waited until he was blue in the face.
Yep. All night he waited there that time with the draft. So there we go. We'll do a lot of draft today. You mentioned the Nick game. Man, it got dicey there at the end. And again, the refs and how about the guy starting the clock on the Brunson missed free throw at the end of the game? Could have really screwed the Knicks at the end there, but they do end up getting the job done. Clippers laid it on the Nuggets. And how about what a pike job by Memphis, Scotty? Up 29.
They covered.
Up 26 at the half. They did cover, but my God, how do you lose that game? And now the Thunder are up 3-0, and they're going to sweep them. That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kills him that Ja got hurt, and he was on crutches, and that doesn't look good at all. And I thought the Clippers just annihilated Denver. They covered for me. I was surprised the Knicks won in Detroit. I thought that they had a great start in that game in the first quarter, and they needed every bit of it. And I thought Cat was great in the first. I thought Brunson was great in the fourth. They got the dub. They're up 2-1. That's all that matters. At worst, they go home 2-2.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Vegas knows how to celebrate. If you're headed to Vegas for your birthday, plan ahead to get all the birthday freebies the city has to offer. Just by showing your ID, you could get free cash play, scratch cards, drinks, and food at various venues on the Strip. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Okay, what tools can you use to measure those things a bit? And that's where you have like force plates and 3D motion and launch monitors, things like that. But that's all just sort of like measuring what's happening. That doesn't necessarily explain why one guy's really good and another guy's not really good. And that's where there's still kind of like this ongoing, how do you like continue to do research to understand that better? And I think that's going to last well past my lifetime.
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
I'm still optimistic eventually this will happen and they'll get it together. I mean, if Florida can get their act together, Sam, with the tribes, I believe that California can too.
Would bring a lot of money to the tribes, which is also something they really care about. It's an $8 billion market. Conservatively, it could be even more when it legalizes. The sports books would be sharing revenue with the tribes, essentially doing all their operations and forking over a percentage directly to the tribes.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
King of the featherweight division for the BKFC. That is King Ty Stewart, who is joining us now, still the champion of the featherweights.
Though he did get dominated, he was still throwing big shots. He landed a lot bigger shots on Palomino than he did me, and I wasn't really impressed. Palomino's getting older. He is definitely a former GOAT. He has done amazing things in this sport, but it's just my time.
Only on SportsGrid.
You can catch Sports Rage every night at 10 East on all of our TV and radio outlets. We get Morency with a double shot every day called Giuseppe's. That's where Tommy Cutlets is going to be working at the end of this season for sure, that the Giants drafted Dart. Before we get into the draft and the playoffs and everything, hockey and basketball, you went to see Messi last night, right, in the Whitecaps. How did that turn out? And I saw you posting some stuff there. I wasn't that involved in it. I just knew you were there. What happened?
It was an epic night last night. As you can tell, my voice is a little bit worn out.
Whoa.
Little bit worn out. 54,000 people, 2-0 Vancouver Whitecap victory. You know, biggest win in Whitecaps history. They're really close to doing something special right now. 16 times, guys, we've talked about this. 16 times we've had a CONCACAF Champions League Cup. Only once has an MLS team won. The Seattle Sounders in 2022. So the Whitecaps are knocking on the door right now. One more win away from getting to the finals. But super cool night, fun night, Scott. And it's amazing, man. Messi, like, literally, it's rock star status, bro. I mean, people from all over the world, like, literally. I'm sitting there. There's people from Japan. There's people from Argentina. There's people from Mexico. Like, people fly, like, all over the world to watch this guy play soccer, Scott. Unbelievable atmosphere and super cool that the Whitecaps actually ended up winning the game. You know, I had a poll question last night. I asked people, I said, who's the most famous or, like, the most legendary player that you've seen? And when you get an opportunity to see the absolute great one, Scott, you've got to do it, right? So how many chances am I get to see Lionel Messi play live? So I'm glad that I was there. World Cup of Soccer is coming to Vancouver next summer, but who knows who's going to be in the draw, which team's going to be coming. But epic night, Scott. And I've been telling you, and I've been telling anybody that would listen, from a betting perspective, the Whitecaps are like the best bets in sports right now, bro. Like, even I don't think they're going to win. Like, you know what I mean? Every game, it's like, nah, they can't win again. They're not going to win again, are they? And they win. And they're usually underdogs or they're plus money. They were plus money last night. It's one of the best stories in sports right now.
So what did you think of the NFL draft? I know that that kid from Michigan went before Warren. I couldn't believe it. He ended up going to the Colts after all, but they went with the kid from Michigan first. He was the first tight end off the board. What was your thoughts on night one of the NFL draft?
You know what? I think that the New York Giants actually finally did something that Giant fans can feel good about, right? I mean, this quarterback situation has been a disaster for years, Scott. So now you've got Russell Wilson, you got Jameis Winston, you bring in Jackson Dart right now. There's no need to rush Jackson Dart into the mix. You didn't reach, you didn't overdraft him. I mean, oftentimes when teams will need a quarterback, they'll take the guy because, we need a quarterback, but you draft him too high. So I think the Giants deserve some credit for actually pulling this off. It was so frustrating for me, Scott. Believe it or not, I literally bet Jackson Dart under 24.5, Scott, like a month ago, right? Like I don't wait for the mocks and stuff like that. I was like, listen, Jackson Dart, he's gonna be in demand. He's gonna get drafted in the first round, and I'm getting over under 24.5. He gets traded, Scott, 25th pick.
I know.
I lose. It's like losing by half a point. It's like losing by half a point. He gets traded, he gets picked with the 25th pick. I'm not going to say you can't criticize the draft. Drafts are like they're like trades. You got to wait a couple of years, right? And we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know how these players are going to pan out, but I do like what the Giants did. Coming back with Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter is big time stuff. Ashton Genty to the Raiders. I'm not sure, Scott, about Ashton Genty. You know what I mean? Yeah, he lit it up at Boise State. He played in the Mountain West, bro. I mean, is he Barry Sanders?
And they gave him some big deal, too. They gave him a big contract.
Yeah, I think they overreached a little bit. Just personally. I'm just going to put my name on that right now. I'm not saying that Genty's a bust or anything like that, but I don't think he's Saquon. I don't think, Hampton could be as good. I think the Chargers, Scott, great pickup for the Chargers. Right. Harbaugh needs a running back. This Hampton kid is the real deal. He can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. He can block. He's a legitimate starting running back right there. So I like what they did. I like the Panthers getting a wide receiver as well. I would have probably liked Tyler Warren, but they go with T-Mac, McMillan there to add with Bryce Young. So, I don't have anything. I can't say, I hate what a team did, Scott. And I'll tell you what, if I'm the Indianapolis Colts, I cannot believe that Tyler Warren fell into my lap, actually. Right?
Yeah,
that Loveland went ahead of him.
Yeah, I thought that was, for them, great, because he is a stud. I mean, that guy flat out can play football, and he makes plays, and he can run over people, and he catches everything, and he can block. He can do it all. I don't think for 1 minute that kid at Michigan's better than him.
Yeah, Loveland, and I'm a Michigan fan, guys. Loveland's really good, but he was injured, and he's he's like a hybrid, Scott. Like, he's closer to a wide receiver. You know what I mean? Like, he's not that traditional sort of, he's not going to run you over. He's more of a finesse type of dude. Super athletic, super skilled.
He's
big, he's long. He's long, right? So, exactly. Yeah. People like that. And I like him. He's a hell of a football player.
He's 9 feet with his arms up in the air, easy.
But Tyler Warren is Rob Gronkowski 2.0, Scott. I mean, this guy is unstoppable. Yeah. I mean, you saw with Tyler Warren, the other team, and Penn State plays against good teams. The other teams knew they're throwing it to Warren right now. Put 2-3 guys on him. He still would catch the ball. Like, he'd still get open, or he'd just run your ass over.
He was great.
Like, I'm a big Warren fan, so that was a nice pickup for the Indianapolis Colts. I'll tip my cap to them. And the Falcons getting Jalen Walker at 15. That's a steal.
Screw the Falcons. They never do anything. They lost a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. When we come back, we'll talk about the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Leafs did it again last night. They're commanding now over Ottawa 3-0. And we'll look at the games tonight and Saturday and Sunday with Morency.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all. Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What?
How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats typically in your direction if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
My buddy in Atlanta didn't like my comment about the Falcons. I like him. I don't like the Falcons. Fair enough. I mean, like,
Yeah,
I got a
that's fair.
friend in Atlanta. I like you. I don't like your team. Your team's a bunch of pikers. Always have been. Always will be. We're talking to Morenzi, so have that for your afternoon snack. Anyway, I want to talk about the Stanley Cup playoffs with you now, because you know how much you and I love hockey. What did you think last night of the Panthers kick the Lightning ass again? I don't care what you say. 2-0. They're up 2-0. They won both games in Tampa. Toronto wins in overtime on the Benoit goal. Minnesota kicked Vegas' ass again. And I hit that. I hit 3 of the 4 games. I hit that Blues game. They stomped Winnipeg.
Yeah, we thought there'd be some bounce back action last night, and there sort of was, but let's start off actually with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, you got to tip your cap to this team. One game, one series does not make a championship. But, you know, they're saying you can't win the Stanley Cup now, but you can lose it. So let's give credit to the Leafs. They're handling their business. They're going to win this series. It'd be shocking if they actually blew a 3-0 series lead. So let's tip our cap to the Toronto Maple Leafs. But if I'm the Leafs, Scott, and, you know, I don't know what I was thinking, because I picked the Leafs to win the Cup and get out of the Eastern Conference. But they're going to have to go through Florida, it looks like. And, you know, Scott, Tampa just cannot break through, bro. You know what I mean? I don't have an explanation for it. I really don't. I don't know how.
We're just not
like
better.
Tampa, yeah, like Florida, it's like a bigger brother type of thing. They're just bigger or stronger, and they're just holding their kid brother down.
They're better.
Yeah, but the thing is, Tampa are good. Like, they just can't break through, and they're not going to come back and win this series. Like, you're not going to win 4 of the next 5 games, to come back. So, like, Tampa are basically done. And you got the Florida Panthers right now. I thought they'd be tired, Scott. They're not tired. Like, you know what I mean? And I'll be real, I've underestimated the Panthers for a couple of years, to be honest. I was like, they're not that good. They're okay.
A real champion.
Yeah, like, and they're showing it right now, aren't they? Like, yeah, you want the belt, come and get it. That's their attitude.
Honestly, they look to me like they're going, I know it's early, but they are, in my view, I'm still taking them over Toronto in a series. And then in the Eastern Finals, I think they'd kick the Capitals' ass. I really do.
Yeah, I would agree with you with that. I would buy it. I don't think the Caps.
They're going to beat them too.
You know, Carolina's a good hockey team. I think they match up well with the Florida Panthers. But dude, if the Panthers go back to the Cup, Scott, when's the last time a team went to 3 Stanley Cups in a row? Like, it's not easy. You know what I mean? Like in any sport, it's not easy to get back to a championship. But when you consider the physicality of the National Hockey League, as we talked about, Scott, I mean, when you play in the playoffs, guys, and you go on, you literally lose like 20 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, players are losing like massive amounts of weight on a nightly basis, and they have to hydrate and try to get it back.
I need to go do that.
To do this, yeah, so do I. I need a lot of hydration, Scott. I need the Vegas IVs.
Right out there in downtown Vegas, the lady with the IV.
Yeah, they come and help you. Yeah, the hangover cures.
That place is great.
But man, like this Panther team, Scott, their resiliency, unbelievable stuff. But Leafs playing really good hockey. So tonight, Montreal, first time since 2018, they're going to have a full crowd in the building, right? They made the playoffs in the COVID year. They made a Stanley Cup Finals in the COVID year. I think they win tonight. They're plus 100 underdogs. So look for the Canadians to get it done on home ice tonight. The Devils are plus 145. I'll take the Devils tonight, Scott. You know, it's rare. NHL sweeps are rare. I know the Leafs have the Sens on the ropes right now.
What about the Oilers?
This is an absolutely positively have to win game. Give me the Oilers tonight, Scott. So
yeah,
give me all 3 home teams tonight.
And then tomorrow, Dallas and Colorado. Again, there's 4 games. Toronto, Ottawa. I'm done with Ottawa. Dallas, Colorado, Vegas, Minnesota, Toronto, Ottawa. I'd say Vegas has to win that game or they're in big trouble.
They really are. And you're getting the Wild as an underdog at plus 125. And similar situation. I picked the Avs to beat the Stars before the series started. Looks like I was wrong. I mean, you're getting Dallas, Scott, plus 150. They look like the better team right now.
I mean, it's crazy. Any thoughts on tonight's NBA? Any of those Lakers, Minnesota, or Indy, Milwaukee, Boston, Orlando? You got anything real quick?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go with the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. We'll lay the 3.5 in the T-Wolves, Scott.
I like that bet, too. All right, have a great weekend, Gabe.
Here's a tip. Some machines and online games have higher average payouts than others. Want to try to maximize your odds? Well, do some research online to find games which have the highest RTP or return to player percentage. So now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
comeback last night in Memphis by the Thunder, Carver High.
It certainly was. Why don't we start there? We'll do some more draft later. Let's get in the NBA from last night. Thunder take a 3-0 lead on the Grizzlies in Memphis. Of course, the story of this game was in the second quarter, the Thunder were down 29. At halftime, they were down 26. Largest halftime comeback in NBA playoff history, 114-108. They come all the way back and get it done. FanDuel Sports Network.
See what the Thunder decide to do here. Down by a bucket. Shea over to Caruso. Pass up the three, instead drives, kicks, Holmgren, fires, and connects! Big-time delivery from Holmgren to tie it at one. Missed it outside, Conchar, short of the three, Holmgren the rebound, outside J-Dub, up ahead to Caruso, nobody there, he's gonna lay it up and in!
You're talking about the youngest team in the association, folks.
Yeah, I don't care how old they are. They're really good, and they came back from 29 down. I think Shea Gilgeous had 31. Jay Will had 26. They split a couple free throws with about a minute left that gave them their first lead of the game. It took till the fourth quarter to get the lead. They were down huge. I think it was 60-47 when John Morant got hurt. And you talk about getting under somebody. Dort got under him. They talked about, Jimmy Butler getting lit up from underneath. And I thought the Ja one was way more obvious to me. That he just took him out. And Dort's a big, nasty dude. He means business, but so do they. And what was great is I hit the spread on this game with the Grizzlies, but they, in my opinion, they got to go. They got to go. Get them out of there. They've been a mess and a disaster for 3 months. They fired their coach. They've had the Morant incidents one after the next. They've lost games left and right. Then they sneak in, they get in, and then they've done nothing while in. So let's just get rid of them already. Let's get rid of teams that shouldn't be there. And this is one of them right here. And in fact, it should happen tomorrow afternoon. Get rid of them. I like Ja. I like him. I'm friends with Eric, the play-by-play guy, Hasseltine. It's irrelevant. They're finished. Their season tore apart at the seams.
It really has. They are finished. You mentioned Ja left the game after taking that hard, I guess you could say Dort undercut him. It was very similar to that Thompson-Jimmy Butler play the night before in Houston. So, look, down 3-0. I don't know if you can expect Ja tomorrow.
And remember, he had a bad ankle, too. He had a Rolly Massimino.
Right.
And then now he's got this. He's on crutches. Now you're going to tell me he's going to what? Show up and do what? He's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything now. He's literally, to me, 55-60% of what he was. He's all banged up, and no one wants to talk about it. Like, he already had the bad foot. That was from a week ago. So I'm telling you, they got problems.
They do. Here's SGA on the big comeback by the Thunder.
We just knew, like the only way we were going to give ourselves a chance was, sticking together.
Like rattlesnake skin?
Getting stops,
he's got
playing fast, and just, plugging away at it, possession by possession. We know how they built a 29-point lead in a half, so we knew, all we had to do was build our own 29-point lead, you know what I mean? So, if they could build it, we can erase it, and that's how we see it. And that's what we did. We just had to plug away at it. Now, like Jalen said, it sucks in the moment, but, you can't pout, you can't get caught in your feelings because then it just gets bigger and bigger, and you don't have to give yourself a chance. So that's all we were focused on, just trying to plug away at it, and luckily we got it done.
I think I look as cool as him. No, Carver High? What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's
potential.
He does have. He's always got shades. He's always got great jackets. He's always got great gear.
Great trip.
Whenever we show him on here. One other thing from this game. Of course, everyone played well for the Thunder last night. Chet Holmgren had a big game. Alex Caruso made some huge plays defensively. Here's Chet talking about Caruso after the game, and it sounds like Chet, you might be seeing Chet in some pickup games.
Hey,
sounds
Blinken.
like he's been hanging out. He's been hanging out down in Lifetime trying to get some burn. Here's Chet.
He had some monster defensive plays on the end. What did you see from him in terms of his impact down the stretch?
And that dude's a winner. If you're going to Lifetime, that's that dude you pick first. You love playing with people like that.
Yeah,
He going to Lifetime. He getting some birds.
That's where I play, and I also play in a place even better than that. But I didn't you see? I dropped a bunch of vids so people could see the old man. Did you see any of them vids, Carver? I
saw one of them. I saw
I had
one
a perfect
where you
night on the floor. I threw a couple out there so people could see the old man going.
I got to look at the other. One I did see was you were kind of under the basket. It looked like you got a board and put it back up under the hoop. You came back under and laid it in. So I did see that one. That one made it across my timeline.
I need to see
so we did see it.
Heels highlights. I gave you some highlights because people think, oh, this guy and all of his stupid basketball stories. I'm out there grinding at Lifetime. They really do have a fantastic national U-Hoops league. It's everywhere, and there's great players in it.
There is, and it sounds like Chet has sometimes
a lot of guys train there. A lot of pros train there and work out there and train there and go in the cold tub, the whole deal. They got recovery centers. It's badass.
You think when Chet shows up, he's the first pick, though, for all the local guys? You see when the local guys see Chet
he would be with me, as you know, Carver High. I like the big. So if I can get a 7-footer stretch, I just have to throw it up and let him finish and do the work. Mafia used to be my guy. I just throw it up. Mafia would dunk it. Mafia get all the rebounds. I never had to work. I just would score. Mafia did all the dirty work. You get them bigs in there.
You get the bigs in there, that's for sure, getting involved. All right, so we'll talk about Game 4 this weekend in a little bit. The Knicks, 118-116, got a little dicey at the end with the Pistons, but they go on the road, get it done, take a 2-1 series lead. Big nights by both Jalen Brunson, who had 30, and Karl Anthony Towns getting involved with 31 and 8 on TNT.
Harris is on Towns. This has been the matchup Detroit has relied on. Towns tonight, though, has won it. Nice series of moves to get open and hits the J. Nice shot by Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, look, I thought Towns had a huge first quarter. He hit 4 threes. He had 31 for the game. I thought Anunoby played really well. He hit 3 threes. I thought Bridges played well. He hit 3 threes. I thought Brunson, can you imagine Brunson had 30 and only 1 3? He did a lot of work, got to the line a lot, made some big free throws. It's just a gigantic win for the Knicks because I think this team's a little bit of a thorn in their side. The way they played them in New York, they are not afraid of the Knicks at all. But I thought from belly to belly, the Knicks flat out played better than the Pistons last night.
I saw last night the Knicks kind of trying to change a couple things up on D. When Mikal Bridges was on Cade Cunningham, he missed all 4. So he was 0 for 4 with Bridges on him. He was 4 of 14 when OG was on him. So the Knicks threw OG and Bridges at Cade a lot more. And Cade
OG's their best defender, bar none. And,
yeah.
I think Mike, when he realized this year that he was a 6'8" monster that, was known for basically defending and shooting threes. That was really his MO. When he realized that he could attack the 10 and drive and bang and finish and dunk and go inside and get easy 5 to 8 foot floaters and dunks and kisses off the glass, I thought his whole game expanded exponentially.
Yeah, it certainly did. We'll come back and we'll hear from Tibbs on this one as well, and then we'll get into the Clippers and the Nuggets. Big win for the Clips last night as they go up 2-1 at home, and it was rocking at the Intuit Dome last night for their first playoff.
You cannot stop the beard and the claw.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, you get rid of Booker because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
11 times now without a major, 14 times at the Masters. He finally has the green jacket. Rory McIlroy.
The best sporting event so far this year. It's better than the Super Bowl. It was better than the NCAA tournament. It had ups and downs. It had roller coaster rides. It had history, legacies. It had everything you could ever possibly want.
Ferrall, coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun. I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Thank God I got the Zurich on in New Orleans. And can you imagine, like, playing in this tournament and then, you know, I'd be at the Acme. I'd spend a 3-hour at the bar Acme run. You, me, Mafia. I'd eat about a nickel worth of oysters and rum, shots and drinks. I mean, you're looking at grilled, raw, fried. I mean, it's crab meat on it, lobster on it, Parmesan on it. I mean, can you imagine golfing and hitting the Acme or Mr. B's Bistro? I mean, you got it all going there with that golf tournament.
You really do, and it's really just on the other side of the river, I guess. So the TPC Louisiana is on the other side of the river. So you go, you play your 18, you just roll yourself right back into downtown. And you hit the Acme right after you finish up. I'm sure the Irish Bear, the Irish Bear and Rory are probably eating filet mignon and cracked crab tonight. They're probably going over to that GW Finn's or one of these other places downtown. But Rory's picking up the big stack tonight. Acme's outstanding. It's just so hard to
They're
top
going to have that UFC. I saw the what's his name? Poirier's going to fight Holloway at 319 for the BMF, his last fight ever. And that's in New Orleans. Now, that would be fun to go to so that you could go watch people beat the crap out of each other and then hit the Acme.
Well, I mean, how many last fights are these guys going to have?
This is his last fight. He's never said it before, so this is the one. Okay. And I think that's a great – Holloway's not – I don't know if Holloway's finished, but, I mean, he should be. His face looks like it. But Poirier's the diamond is going to call it a career. But, I mean, I would go to that. I hate that league, but I like the food, and I like violence.
By the way, at the Zurich, Andrew Novak and Ben Griffin are in the lead in the clubhouse. Me and Cam are both on Novocaine and Bermuda Ben this weekend at the Zurich, so hopefully they can get it home for us.
They play with teammates at this golf tournament.
Yes, the law firm of Celinda and Velo is one behind them at 15 under, and they have a lot of holes left to go
Barnes.
today. Salino and Barnes, right? One shot back of Novak and Griffin. All right, here's Tibbs, of course. The Knicks.
John Morant's out, by the way. He's out. Game 4. He's not playing.
Finished. No Ja for game number 4. And that means that the Grizzlies are really finished. I thought they were finished anyway, but now they're really finished in game number 4. Here's Tibbs, very proud of his team going on the road, going up 2-1.
Yeah, it's playoff basketball. We have guys that have been in a lot of big games. We've been a good road team all year, so I think we understand what goes into winning. And then, we had disappointment from the loss in game 2. So I thought the readiness to play was very good.
Well, let's see what they do next. I mean, in my opinion, if they can win that next game, they're going to go home and finish them off. So this fourth game is enormous. So they play in big games, none bigger than game 4.
And it is weird before I move on from this game because, again, at the end, you had all kinds of problems. Afterwards, you had both coaches upset at the stuff with the refs. What did you think of? Bickerstaff never shuts up when it comes to the refs. But forget the play with Brunson because we know he intentionally missed the field goal, the free throw. And we know that the Detroit people, I know it's an independent person. Sure it is. They started the clock. It was a mess up. It is what it is. What did you think of the backcourt with Brunson? Because that's what seemed to have Bickerstaff the most upset.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so into them just winning. I'm not siding with the Pistons on anything. So
no.
I was over here just trying to get them to finish, win the game, get it done. They were, the whole game was kind of hectic, and it was tense. It was close. It was edgy, and then the calls started getting freaky, and I just wanted them to win the game. And I thought the Pistons would win the game. I'm just glad they didn't.
Indeed. The late night game, the Clippers beat the Nuggets 117-83. They take a 2-1 series lead. In that one, big night at the Intuit. Kawhi had 21, 11, and 6. Harden with 26 and 9 dimes. Of course, first time that the Intuit Clipper crowd got to experience playoff basketball. Harden says they were all into it.
It was a good game 1.
From the fan
game 1 and Intuit.
Yeah, from the fan aspect though, just what was the energy?
It was cracking. It was loud.
Cracking.
It was just how we expected it to be. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the reasons why we jumped out to a huge lead. You know what I mean? They got behind us and we just rode that wave.
Yeah, I thought Batum had, 4 gigantic threes in the game. I thought Jones hit a couple. I've told you 100 times, when Jones is involved and has double figures and hits a couple threes and, they got so many guys that, like Dunn and Jones that I think, and Powell, that don't get any love. Powell had 20 and he hit 3 threes. I thought Zubats had a big game, 19 and 9, just missed the double-double. Because I thought Claw was relatively pedestrian. I thought it was a great game, 21, 11, and 6, but you've seen him have a lot more than 21 in games. But he still hit 3 threes. And the Beard hit 3 threes and had 26 and 9. I thought it was the contributions from everyone else. When Claw has 21 and Beard has 20, to me, that spells like, what's happening here? Well, when you put 117-83 on the board, you knew other people were getting burned and getting theirs. Everybody was eating.
Joker did have a triple-double for Denver, but as you know, when you don't win, you lose. Like, who cares? You lost 23, 13, and 13.
You lose.
And Denver now is going to need a win on Sunday in that game number 4. Actually, they're playing tomorrow, and I'll give you those numbers in a little bit. They'll play game 4 tomorrow at the Intuit Dome. In fact, we will come back. I have got numbers for you for all of these games. You got 3 games tonight. You got 4 games on Saturday.
Whoa.
And then even I got the Knicks and the Pistons game 4 on Sunday. So we've got all the gas for all the NBA playoff games this weekend starting tonight.
Yeah, so there's 4 games Saturday, 4 games Sunday. My son's going to that game 3 in the Chase in San Francisco with the Rockets and Dubs. He's going to see Curry live in a playoff game. I think that's badass. I'm rooting for them. I think that should be pretty cool to go to.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball Today, only on SportsGrid.
If you're going to trade Durant, right, it means things are getting weird anyway. Teams are going to, before they go for Durant, they're going to go for Devin Booker. That's just the reality of it.
You get rid of Durant, or do you do the crazy one? Because you're so far out of the West, do you get rid of Booker? Because D-Book will bring you far more in a return.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
11 times now without a major, 14 times at the Masters. He finally has the green jacket. Rory McIlroy.
The best sporting event so far this year. It's better than the Super Bowl. It was better than the NCAA tournament. It had ups and downs. It had roller coaster rides. It had history, legacies. It had everything you could ever possibly want.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun. I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, tonight's playoff action in the NBA is thick as usual. Anytime I got a three-pack Shakur going, I'm happy.
As you should be. We will start with the Celtics and the Magic, who will head south to Orlando for a game number 3. A couple things here. It doesn't look like the Celtics will have Tatum again. Of course, he missed game number 2. He's doubtful with his wrist injury for tonight in game number 3. Drew Holiday, also questionable now. He's got a hamstring strain that he is working on. He's another guy who gets hurt a lot. Celtics now minus 3.5 tonight. 196.5 is the total.
I think all that catches up to him tonight. I do. I think the Magic will beat them tonight, and I think it'll be the one game that they get soundly. I think they'll win at the Kia. That'll be that. And then I think at some level, I don't believe that Tatum's missing this whole series. Do you? I mean, he's going to miss the whole series? Or is he going to come back for game 4, game 5, whatever? But I think they're going to win the series, obviously, Boston. But these two injuries, obviously they have guys that can play and that can win this game. But this is desperation time, Mike, for the Magic tonight. And they have nothing wrong with them. Their whole team is playing. They have every guy. Everyone's healthy. There's no reason they can't win this game tonight. They have got to go out and play like badasses. Like, I thought the second game, and I hit that game at 10.5, I thought they played really well at the Garden. Tonight they have to take that and roll it over into their IRA and get a win. Tonight's the W for the Magic.
If they're going to win a game in this series, tonight's the night it's got to happen. This is it. This is the gentleman's sweep game for the Orlando Magic here this evening. And as far as Tatum goes, I mean, let's be honest here. They don't need Jason Tatum to beat the Orlando Magic in the first round. They do not need him. They should be able to win this series. I would not personally. I wouldn't even play him the rest of this series. I would just sit him down. Now, for some stupid reason, you got the 3 game 6, game 7, sure. But they should not need him to finish this series off in 5 games. They just shouldn't.
Yeah,
so
and
I would just let him heal up.
I think there should be some penalty for the fact that I wear his shoes and they're a half size too big. I wear a 12. They are 12s, but they play like 12.5s, and I think he should be punished for that, and I should get my money back.
We have another Game 3 tonight in Milwaukee. Similar situation for the Bucks here. They come home down 2-0 with the Pacers getting the first two games in Indiana. Bucks are favored tonight, -5.5. 229.5 is the total.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a beatdown tonight for the Bucks. I think they're going to smack the Pacers tonight at the 5-serve, and all of the calls and all of the cockiness and all of the talking and all of the "we're so great" and all of the scrums and they've had to stop the game like 5 times. It's all coming to a head tonight like a pimple in Milwaukee. I think the Bucks are going to smash the Pacers tonight. I'm laying the 5.5. I did the same thing in the Laker game, too. This is Game 3. They're already down 2. If they don't win tonight, it's sayonara. So I think the Bucks, and I think Portis is going to have a big game. I think everybody, Dame time, going to have a big game. I think Giannis is automatic. But I think tonight it's all Milwaukee all night long.
Yeah, I think if there's ever a night where you want to mess around with, Giannis, 35 plus, 40 plus points, whatever, I think tonight's the night to do it. I think he is going to try to put everything on his back and get the Bucks this Game 3 at home at the Fiserv. And finally, we'll probably have to finish this one when we come back because I only got less than a minute. But a big Game 3 in Minnesota for the Lakers and the T-Wolves, of course. Series tied 1-1 after the 2 games in L.A., Timberwolves -3.5, 207.5 the total.
Yeah, I don't have to take a lot of time here. Again, I think this is a situation where the Lakers looked really good in Game 2, but in Game 1 it was Timberwolves doing whatever they wanted, and now they're on their home floor tonight and going to be doing whatever they want. I think it's Minnesota tonight. I'll lay the 3.5. They'll go up 2-1 on the Lakers, and they'll be in a precarious position over the weekend where they have to win that 4th game, or they're going to go home and have problems on their hands.
I think it goes back to LA 2-2. I think you're probably right. Minnesota wins tonight. I think the Lakers win Sunday in Game 4. And I think we do a best of 3 right after that, starting with a Game 5 in LA, as it should be with these two.
Fantasy baseball, let's be honest, George, there's a lot of things antiquated about this game that we love. Man, I would love to try some new little wrinkles here. And so for Sam's question here on the show, I think it's at least fair to ask the question, with catchers in fantasy baseball, and sometimes we're playing in 2 catcher leagues, why at this stage of the game? I have no idea. If you're still doing it, you're behind in the times. Buy or sell, catchers should get a fantasy point for throwing out runners trying to steal. So essentially awarding a defensive play to get an offensive point in fantasy. You gonna buy or sell this?
I mean, so this never even crossed my mind. I hate the catcher position because they get hurt so much. You play in a 2-catcher league, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, what are we doing here? There are not 24, assuming a 12-team league, there are not 24 catchers to draft in baseball. There's just not. Although I'm the first person to tell you, Herrera's probably out there in a bunch of leagues there because we didn't see that power coming. Should he get a point? I think if you're going to do this, by the way, why a point? What are you throwing out? 2 base runners a week? It's 2 points. Who cares? Should it be more? I mean, if we're going to do this, should we do it right? Should it be 5 points? So I'd probably go that direction. If you're going to do it right. Give it more points. And by the way, then let's go further. You make an error, you're losing points. No one gets an error anymore. All right. If you get an error, it means you really screwed up. I was watching that Yankee-Pittsburgh game yesterday because I think it was who cares? Somebody hit the ball hard to Isaiah Khalifa. It's a shortstop. He didn't have to move, but he dropped it. They called it a hit because he hit the ball hard with 3-hopper. Oh, hard hit, error. So let's do that too. So yeah, I'm kind of on board with this, but you need more than one. It can't just be a point that's meaningless. You need more than one.
Fantasy sports today. Weekends starting at 8 a.m. Only on SportsGrid.